Welcome. This is our Be the Sun, Not the Salt podcast, and this is our How Do I series. How do I practice being heliotropic in the heat of battle? Today's topic is how do I keep my cool when things are coming at me fast and furious, suggested to us by one of our colleagues. Connie?
Hi, good morning. Yeah, this is fun. We work with a lot of different people across industries, but in the automotive business, a good friend and colleague of ours said, this is important to talk about. How do you keep your cool? Because the days that we have are just things are coming at you left and right.
And there's so many ways. Do what works for you, figure out what works for you, and do it some more and call it out when you're successful. So, we're going to talk about suggestions, but the real truth is
Hmm.
test this out in the laboratory of your own life experience in your context, and then do it again when you get it right.
Hmm.
First one, which is control your breath.
Yep.
Ah,
Yep.
take a breath, take two, take three.
Even if you have to get up and walk away for a second to focus and just say, okay, here we go again. I know this is coming. I know how to deal with it.
That's right. You can do box breathing, which is a very specific type of breath control. Breathe in to the count of four, hold it to the count of four, breathe out to the count of four, hold it and do it again. But mainly use your breath. Make your first word a breath, as Jefferson Fisher once said. This is extremely helpful for calming your body, which is reacting to the things that are coming at you fast and furious. So, number one is take a breath.
Take a
Okay.
breath or take a walk and then take a breath.
Exactly. Another suggestion is do what the surgeons and doctors do in the ER. They triage. What that means is you stop the bleeding. You do what's absolutely most important right in front of you
Mhm.
first. And prioritizing that allows you to say, first, let's do this, and then we'll do this, and then the next. And it
Right.
does help everybody calm down because this is not your first rodeo.
Well, and I think as a leader, that when I see this a lot of times in, dealerships is one of the ways that we were thinking about it. That's going to happen often, and you're going to have a lot of people around you when it's happening. So importantly, to remember one of the other concepts we talk about, your face is not your own.
Yeah.
So it will manage the panic in a way that doesn't feel like panic to other people. Having that deep breath, taking a walk, and making sure that you can handle that triage moment is gonna make everybody around you a little more relaxed, which I think will help with that stress and tension.
It's really important what you said because your face is not your own, and how you convey anxiety or grace under
Mhm.
pressure is the goal. And all of us want to get great at being graceful under
Mhm.
under pressure. That great quote from the tennis center. Pressure is a privilege.
Yeah.
So the
No.
the feeling that we have of, oh my God, calm down and remember what's most important, as we've already talked about. Now, somebody suggested this to me, and I don't do it very often, but it is helpful, which is use a grounding technique of anchoring yourself to the present by paying attention to your senses. Look at five things that you see and name them. Four things that you feel, three things that you hear, two things that you smell, and one thing that you might taste. It interrupts the spiraling thoughts and allows you to stay in the present, which is your whole point. So I don't know if that's helpful or not, but that's what we offer in an attempt to be helpful.
Yeah, if that pressure is becoming anxiety, something like that is very significant to distract you and pay attention. If you're in the moment though and you just know this is another time, I think one way to just remind yourself, I've done this before. We've been here before. We will get through it. So let me start with again the triage moment and then we'll make a list and let's just work through it. And I think that memory of this isn't permanent. I'm gonna go home tomorrow. It's gonna be fine. That alone can settle the mind down.
And if you watch people who are really successful at this, you can take a page from their book. What do these people do who are managing and juggling hundreds of demands from a hungry, angry, irritated people? Now, whether that's in the service drive in a dealership or in a restaurant, it's,
Right.
it's really remarkable when you see people who are graceful. I have a hostess, and it is remarkable to watch her so gracefully handling all kinds of people who are
Mhm.
angry and hungry and
Sure.
entitled, who want their seat, and she's so good. Now I make a point of telling her how great she is, but it's also something to watch to say, I can be more like that. My work does not require me to handle tons of things coming at me fast and furious, so I
Mhm.
don't have a lot of personal experience. So I would love for people to, listen to this and share it with each other and talk about, well, what do you do? Because you're
Right.
great at it. Allow people to learn from each other.
Well, I think people appreciate that grace, as you said. And I'm sure there are times where she doesn't feel like that on the inside while she's putting on that face. And I think that's something earlier in my career, I don't think I did very well sometimes. It was almost like I wanted people to know how busy I was because then maybe they'd stop asking me to do more things. And, that sense of when you put that forward for people, that's not a good feeling for anybody. They don't want, not everyone wants to be around somebody who's feeling like they're under that kind of pressure. At least put on that mask. And, it's appropriate to say when you're obviously when you've had too much, but I think that there's a way to do it and mask it a little bit too.
And I would just add a couple of more don't do's.
Mhm.
We've all met people, and we've done it ourselves, who exaggerate the living daylights out of their circumstances of distress. I'm in the weeds. This is intense. I can't talk. I can't. They talk fast. They talk about how intense it is and how this is really difficult. And they make it worse for
Yeah.
themselves, everybody around,
Mhm.
by exaggerating the daylights out of the circumstance, which is not life threatening.
That's a huge one. We were talking about that in a different context earlier today. Naming something is fine. I feel this way is fine, but to continue to iterate it, especially with that kind of exaggerated language, is going to make your insides feel that way too. The more frenetic, of course, I'm in the weeds. We're all in the weeds. This is horrible. Of course, everybody's going to feel horrible.
I have a colleague. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yep.
It's most a reflex that she says. So watch your words, watch what you say, take a breath, look at people who are great at it, and see if you can get way better at handling stuff coming at you fast and furious. And let's work on it together. This is lifelong.
That's right. I love that. It is lifelong. So share this with anybody who also feels like things are coming at them fast and furious. See if you can help somebody today. That's it for today. Thanks for listening.